Hello. We're Having a Stroke, a podcast where a guy with severe ADHD struggles to get through a single sentence while the other one watches in craw. I'm your co-host Dominic. With me is my co-host Joey.
Help. I mean, hi.
And with us this week we have we have no guest.
We have our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus, how you doing?
Hello, my son.
Oh God.
No, that's God, not Jesus. I'm getting my lore mixed up. So Joey, how's your week been?
Oh my God.
Would you like to explain in excruciating detail for about an hour?
So, this week was like a lot for many different reasons. The most notable one being this was my finals week, and it ended on Wednesday at like 6 o'clock after I submitted my last final, and now I'm officially a senior, which feels weird, and everything. But after that, I had 2 internship interviews, and I have 2 offers handed to me, basically.
That's excellent.
Which I'm very happy about, and now I can just choose them. And then I gotta debate like which ones I want and which ones I don't want. And then the thing that I know Dominic wants me to talk the most about.
Yes.
The thing that happened an hour ago.
And I'd like to point out, by the way, for the record, is Joey, before this episode started, released the previous episode, episode 22.
Oh, yes. I also edited that whole episode in the span of 2 days.
What, really?
Yeah, I didn't have any time to do it over finals week.
I forgot that this was the finals week for your episode. I literally can't believe you did that. I've never coughed so much in my life. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, I'm now mostly okay. I'm not really sick anymore. I have a slight cough, but I'm okay for now.
Also, if anyone is worried about my relationship with Harvey after that, we are 100% fine. I literally... there was one part where I was like... Yes, there were multiple parts during that edit where I got very mad at like all the work I had to put into it. Because, okay, counting burps is funny. Counting coughs is suffering.
Yeah, because you're witnessing my suffering and channeling it into your own suffering. It's even worse.
Yeah.
Even worse.
I'm going to read over a bunch of texts I sent to Harvey. The first one was just the first frame. I'm not gonna put any of these on screen, but because like they're private conversations, and I don't want to like.
Future Joey, please don't disclose private conversations.
Exactly. I'll just like summarize them. I basically just sent him the first frame of the cough counter, and then he just responded the cough counter with like praise emoji. Also, I'm so sorry for all the edits. And then like I just texted him about some stuff. And one of them was, bro, it's been 14 minutes and there's already 5, and they're like crying emoji. And then I also texted him, bro, you're typing like a motherfucker, like.
Yeah.
Because you could hear he texts back that he said like, he's got a keyboard with cherry switches.
Well, that would explain it, because I'm like, god damn, he has a loud fucking keyboard.
Here's the funny thing. I tried to denoise that shit, and it still came through. Like,
so you're saying it was worse. It was more like a Vine Boom sound effect.
Basically. But anyway. Later on, when I was a little pent up and angry with it, and like I said, we're fine now, but I just sent him a frame of my timeline that was the Archie jerking off in the corner with the 28 number on the lower left, and I just texted him, I fucking hate you. And he just immediately responded, in all caps, oh my god, I am so sorry.
Dude, I will say Archie's corner was funny as fuck.
It was so, because like I looked at it and I was like, there's no fucking way I can fucking have this edit this. First of all, I don't want to be staring at this thing for the rest of the fucking episode. And then I remembered this dumb, stupid edit that we did at like the middle of the night, where like we just used a bunch of green screens and put them over my face. And I remember one of them was we sped up the Doug Walker freakout video and just put it in the corner and called it Doug Cam.
Oh yeah.
And so I just took that idea and just did it with like Archie's corner in the bottom right.
It just goes to show that Doug Walker's now ever present in both of our lives now.
Oh,
forever.
he is looming. He is looming over me at all times. And
He's looking at us.
It haunts me every night.
He looks at us the way he looks at his computer, in awe and surprised.
He leaves the room, then comes back into the room. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. I am. Oh wait, actually, side note, it was satisfying to be able to explode the cough counter.
Yeah, that, by the way, that was also really funny because I was just like, I really don't know if Joey's like actually gonna do anything with this, or is he gonna like keep going? And then it fucking explodes, and I did not expect that. I was just like, oh my god.
I just thought like, because like it was funny because I completely forgot about that bit while I was editing it, and then I got to that bit where you said, you know what, just do it whenever you feel like, and then I was like, cool, I'm not doing it the rest of the episode.
So you just got rid of it.
So I just exploded it and killed it. Like,
so for those counting the total burps and coughs in every episode, I guess for this episode we have the cough counter, but now it doesn't exist because Joey blew it up. So there is no record of the cough counter to be left.
It's totally like behind the scenes being counted by no one because I hate everyone.
No, not by you. Who the fuck said it was you? I said it was the community. I said it was some random guy is sitting in his basement, and I don't want to stereotype this guy because we love him.
Fucking Paul.
Yeah. All right, you, Paul, in the audience. I see you. You're counting.
I will say probably the funniest like edit that I did. One of the funniest edits I did for that episode was the Fast and the Furious edit. Yeah. With the car cover, because like I timed it at the perfect time,
and now I see it.
It made me die laughing every time I did it. I'm sorry this whole episode has basically just been shilling the last episode, but it was fun. It was a lot of work, but it was fun to do. Yeah. So to talk about
what happened an hour ago, Joey?
So an hour ago, I was fucking.
Who were you
just
fucking?
In my kitchen.
Got him.
I was in my kitchen and I was just like making myself some like warming up some pizza, just for myself, and I fucking like was thinking about like my grades and stuff because nothing's come back, or at least at that point I thought nothing had come back. And I was like, you know what? I should check if my grades came back in. So I left the kitchen. However, on the way back out of the kitchen, I bumped into the fridge, which on top of the fridge has like a number of glass bottles with like different shit in them, like olive oil, mainly olive oil. And I just, like, I'm walking in the middle of the hallway, and I just hear the most horrific, like, like sound I've ever heard in my life. And I look back, and, like, a full bottle of olive oil has literally, like, gone everywhere in my kitchen. Like, there's glass everywhere. Like, there's, like, it's sticky. It's not sticky. It's, like, it's like, everywhere. It's slick, that's the word. Like, it's like fucking, and then I looked at it and I was like, fuck, and like, I was like, I immediately got to work. I put on like winter gloves to like pick up the glass shards. Didn't have any other gloves.
I was about to say,
fuck it, I could wash them. Like,
I was about to say, the fact that you had winter gloves was something that also made me laugh, because I was just like, how in the fuck? Like, he doesn't have any gardening gloves or like any kind of work gloves or anything like that. Like, no. Winter gloves to pick up these things. You know what I'm
just remembering right now?
What's up?
I have leather gloves in my bag right now. I could have
Right. Remember the yellow gloves that you used to hold the microphone? Remember when we talked about that for a while?
I forgot about them. But oh well.
Well, unfortunately it happened. It just happened.
And then I it was funny because like I didn't know how olive oil worked and how to clean it up. So like I just fucking like put on some like work shoes and like paper toweled the fuck out of it, and I was like feeling like under my feet, like because I was wearing shoes, obviously, like but like it was slipping on the fucking tiles, and I
Yeah.
was like, fuck, I have no idea how to fucking like fix this or anything, and then I got on the Discord call for this episode, and I was like, dude, I don't know. I was like bitching about it.
Which, by the way, to preface this, the text that I got from Joey, like, it was like about a half hour before we started. He said, dude, a full bottle of olive oil I forgot was there just fell off my fridge, and now glass and olive oil is all over my kitchen. I've never wanted to jump off a cliff more in my life. And, like, obviously, like, you know, I'm excited.
To preface this, I am not suicidal at all. That was
No,
just like
Joey's
fucking phrase.
a freebaser. He really likes jumping off cliffs with parachutes.
Oh yeah. Especially in Chicago.
Yeah, you know, in the wind, Chicago on the lake, in winter. Yeah, it's his hobby. But he came, but then you came on the call, and you're just like, I put paper towels all over this mess, and I'm just gonna leave it for tomorrow because I'm just so done with it, and I don't know how to clean it up.
I cleaned off most of like just like. I don't know how you got like
you cleaned up the oil.
The
like
puddle,
the oil's gone.
The oil like just sitting there like in puddles and shit. I got rid of that, but like there was like stuff still
residue
in the tiles and stuff that were making it slippery. And I was like, I have no idea how to get this out.
And then I thought about when you know, the whole like oil spill in God, the whole oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, and I thought about all the Dawn ads they made where fucking ducks were getting cleaned by Dawn, and I was like, why don't you just put Dawn on the oil? It cleans things. And
actually,
like, oh, yeah.
you want to know the funniest part about that?
What's up?
I looked at it and I actually did have Dawn on my fucking.
That's what I'm saying. It's dish soap. That's the only dish soap you ever need.
So we postponed the episode by like. Actually, we got in here early, so like, it actually worked out.
No, it worked out in the end. Nothing was late. Joey cleaned up most of his mess, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I like immediately just got down and like fucking like scrubbed everything down. The fun part was that I fucking put like all the fucking pieces of glass into a Whole Foods bag and then immediately chucked that shit in the recycling bin. And I was like, I don't know if the olive oil will like contaminate the broken glass, but fuck it. Whatever. I need this out. Like, and then like, yeah.
So now that
I now I'm just fucking here and just livid.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
I did have notes for like other shit I did this week, but yeah, that's how my day's been going.
Sounds lovely. Well, what's funny about that is that your day has been going like that, and I had not the same incident, but a almost as annoying incident as you had, where I was making breakfast this morning, getting my eggs boiled, getting my coffee ready, and as I was getting my coffee ready, you got to take out the filter that's in there with all the used grounds and the paper filter.
Right.
I picked it up. And I thought I picked it up by both sides with one hand, because it's just the way it works. You just pick it up with both hands, pinch it. I didn't, excuse me, I didn't pitch both ends of it, so I just picked up one end of it and I pulled it, and like half the grounds went all over the floor, onto my foot, onto the kitchen floor. I had to like run everywhere to get this like gritty, nasty, wet mess off my floor at like 6 a.m. because I just want coffee and I just want to get ready for the day.
Oh shit, this happened at 6 a.m?
Yeah, it happened early. Like I kind of woke up a little too early, so I just had to clean it up, and I was just like, it felt like sand, but I could smell it, and I just wasn't having it in the morning.
It felt like sand, but I could smell it.
I mean, that's if you ever wanted to know what it's like to step on used coffee grounds, that's what it is. It's like smelly sand.
Oh Jesus!
And I don't recommend it. If you're looking for a new foot treatment, wouldn't do it. Not exfoliating enough. Now, here's the other thing, Joey. Before you get into your points, should I?
Yeah.
I kind of have stories relating to the weather.
Fuck! Oh God.
Joey retracts the statement.
At first I was like, oh yeah, Dominic. Like one thing I'm always conscious about on the podcast is Dominic getting enough of his shit in. Just because like I feel like I talk a lot on this podcast, and my guests talk. Which granted, when the guests come on, like I want them to talk the most. And shit.
Of course, we all do.
Like I'm always conscious after episode 3 of that moment when like Dominic didn't talk for like over half the episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like it's. If I were better at improv, and maybe if you guys were more up for it, I would like be cracking jokes and doing quips. But I don't have the chops, and I don't think people have the patience. So
also, to be fair, that whole episode is basically episode 0 for we're having a shoot. So there's that.
That is very true. That's very true.
That like literally like when you listen back to it, it's like, oh, there are the seeds.
And they blossomed into a flower. A radioactive flower that lived next to Chernobyl.
A flower that blossomed into a spoof New Japan logo.
Yeah.
That had fucking eyes on it.
Some slightly concerned eyes, but mostly just terrified. But my stories pertaining to the weather they're kind of weird. Mostly just because for some reason... Milwaukee's been having an existential crisis, I think, in terms of its weather progression. Because, so last week I was getting out of my sickness, and I'm like, all right, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm going to go on a bike ride.
Were you down with the sickness?
Ooh-ah-ah-ah. That is my response. But I was biking. Like, I was like, oh, fuck, it's like cloudless today. It looks really sunny. I'm going to go biking. And so I go out of my front door and I go like towards the downtown area, and I'm biking, and I just see like a looming like cloud of something. I don't know what it is, but I like see like a giant gray cloud. And at first I'm sort of like, wait, am I dreaming? Like, is this a dream or something? Because it's just like real? Mostly, like is this a reality that I'm living? But what happens? What was happening was like I was like biking my normal route, and I was on my normal route. I was like going into the gray clouds, right? Mm-hmm. And I realizing, oh fuck, it's just fog. Like it's just a weather front with like fog at this edge near the lake.
Really?
Yeah, it was really odd. So I saw it and I was like, I want to go in it. So I straight up just start hauling ass, going on the street, going straight into it, and it has got to be the strangest.
Dominic's like fucking Batman, Bruce Wayne at the beginning of Batman vs Superman, where you're just running fucking full speed into like a pile of smoke and debris coming towards you.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't know what was in it. I just wanted to see, but it was just so. It was so sunny, and then I biked into it, and it just suddenly... You know the fog from Persona 4? It was the fog from Persona 4, like, literally. Like, actually. It was fucking spooky, because, like, it was just so, like... It was, like, so bright, and it, like, wasn't very humid, and it was a pretty pleasant day. But then you go into this fog, and it's just suddenly, like, everything's, like, sticky and, like, kind of cold. It's, like, I traveled to London in, like, 2 seconds. And, like, it was weird because on the path, I was, like, going from getting into, like, really thick parts of fog where it's hard to see in front of you to, like, pure sunniness. And, like, I've never experienced weather like that, like, on any bike ride ever. I've biked in fog before, but I've never done, like, holy shit, like, there's a front.
It was like thick as fuck. Like
it was pretty thick. Like it was like, I mean, the thing is, what's funny about fog is that it's literally a ground cloud is what it is. So it's just like, imagine if you're walking through a cloud, and especially if it's as thick, it feels especially like a cloud. But I was just biking through it, and then I was just going on my normal route, and I just never seen anything quite like it. And I don't know. I was thought of Persona 4. I thought of Gus. I thought of you. Because you guys like to talk not too so much about Persona 4, but you guys like to talk about it. You guys got your little conversations.
with our fucking massive debates on best girls and like
Yeah, which apparently is a
and
character from
every single-
Beastars. I never
and-
understand it, and it just it blows my mind.
Wait, what?
It's oh, God. I
Wait, is the
Haru.
voice actress for Haru a character also play a character?
No,
in
there's a
Beastars?
character in Beastars called Haru.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say that. That's why it's my only joke because that's all I can do. It's like a toddler trying to like punch the shins of Stone Cold, you know? That's all I can do.
What?
But that's my that's my first story. My second story is one that was one that happened today. So I was at work, cranking stuff out, feeling good. Had to stay a little bit late because
let me also ask this. 'Cause I'm curious about it. It's kind of a lead into the last time we brought up your work last episode.
Yes, sir.
Are you like able to be in the office again or like?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool.
I brought up a negative test. They said, "Cool, you're fine." So that was kind of the end of it. If it was a positive test, I think it would have been a lot more confusing. But I'm in the office and I'm cranking.
Fuck it.
And so today I had to stay a little bit. We had to stay a little bit later. Me and the intern boys, we had to do some final work. And
Did still call you Toretto?
unfortunately, no. The Toretto name's kind of
What?
it's more of a joke now. So, but I wish it was taken more seriously. But
Damn it!
it's a nickname. You can't pick it. So I was just sort of like just finishing up our work, and we had like about a half hour into like a little bit of overtime, and we noticed it's like raining, and we're like, okay, well, I saw in the weather prediction it was supposed to rain. That's kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. And then it starts to really like hit the roof different, like like the sound of rain when it hits your roof.
Right,
and it's like, okay, well, that's pretty light rain, or man, that's pretty heavy rain. I was like, is it hailing outside? And
Really?
yeah, and like I was getting, and like after like we were done with our work and we like were packing up our stuff and getting out, I looked outside and I was seeing pea-sized hail outside of my window, like outside of the window of the office. And I'm like, oh God. But what was funny was that I was seeing the storm cloud of what was the thing that I was talking about shifting away from us and from the office. Unfortunately, it was shifting in the exact direction that I needed to go home from.
Oh!
So, like a Gus, I fucking storm chased on accident. And I literally can't explain. I was literally like in the eye of a storm. It was fucking horrendous. Like I was driving like my normal route, and like I turned my windshield wipers all the way on full blast. They were moving as fast as they could, and I still couldn't see out the front window. Like
That's
was like
the worst.
and like the thing is, I had bad vision. I'm not sure if anybody knows this on the pod who listens to this, but
you wear contacts and stuff.
I wear
right?
contacts, but I have severe nearsightedness. So driving is I can still drive legally, but like when something is obstructing me and I can't really even see through the window, like it's difficult. So like like a fucking grandma, I'm hunched over my fucking steering wheel, looking through the window, full blast windshield wipers, and hail is hitting my car. It feels like parts of my car are denting because the hail is hitting it so goddamn hard.
Oh.
And like it's a half-hour drive to get home. I spent a half-hour driving in hail and torrential rain. And I'm gonna be honest, Joey, I've never experienced weather like that in my entire life. It was it was horrendous. And I've never seen hail before, even in my life. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. And I'm a weather guy. I haven't even experienced hail yet.
I guess this is our like guaranteed weather episode.
Yeah, exactly. So for anybody who's missing weather the last couple of weeks,
because that reminds me of have you ever been in a weather condition where like so it's day, but like the sky is just black?
Yes.
Because so this is a little bit of a peer back into my life. My family owns a lake house in Wisconsin, and they have for like my whole life. They literally like
It's a smuggling house, mostly for fucking spotted cows. Like it's just a house.
smuggling house for spotted cows.
They just
a thing
stock it to the
thing
brim.
that is 100% legal in all states because it's just the beer.
It's just a beer, yeah.
But anyway, we've been like we like would like I've been going up to it's like from like it's a drive obviously up there
Yeah.
to Wisconsin, but it's I remember there was one time where like we were driving back and like it was like just like the sky was completely black. It was just like rain was just pouring down on us the whole time. And like I remember it got so bad that my dad, and keep in mind this was like I want to say it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon on like a fucking summer day.
Yeah. So,
So like
it's
not
bright.
not when it's supposed to be like pitch black out. And like I remember my dad at the time was like he was looking around and was like, yeah, we need to get off. We should get off.
Yeah.
So like we got off the road, we literally went into me and my brother, my mom, and my dad and my dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
all-
wasn't your dog in there?
Yeah, my dog at the time was there too, and we all went into the gas station, and my dad was like, "I don't care if the gas station has a mandate against like dogs not being in there. We're taking him in there, okay?" And like,
There's a sign in there that says "Good boys allowed," and we're just like, okay, cool, we're good.
like, and then like I remember like once it calmed down a bit, like we got back on the road, and like we're going back to like Chicago and everything. And I remember distinctly, I will remember this like for the rest of my life, like just seeing like the sun come through, like the sun literally pierced through a hole in the clouds, and like just that image, I was like, holy shit, like if that makes sense.
Remember the God that we talked to in the beginning of this episode? That was his wrath. Okay. He wanted to just tell you, like, listen, just letting you know.
Oh, but yeah, that just reminded me of that, and like weather's fucking crazy.
What? Why do you think I talk about it every week? Because it's interesting.
It's
so
interest-
weird.
I admit it, okay?
Joey's a weather fan. We've
Took me
got out of the
23
boys.
fucking episodes, but I admit it now. Jesus.
Now you understand.
Anyway, one thing I did want to talk about in this episode was it actually leads into another topic I was going to briefly mention, but not talk about too much. The first one was that, Dominic, what do you think a side effect of having ADHD is?
If it's anything like the commercials I see on TV, it's usually like nausea, pain, death, stuff like that.
Taxes.
Yeah, taxes.
Only ADHD.
Every
only
April, man.
Only ADHD people do taxes.
Every April, it's the worst. It's like the period, but like once a year.
No, but for me recently, I've been having these awful habits with ADHD where like I'm literally like it's been like I've literally not been able to sleep until like 5 in the morning or 4.
Ooh.
And like because like what the thing with it is that like you get hyper focused on shit, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be like I'm laying down and I'm trying to sleep, and then I think, fuck, I'm going to Forbidden Door this month. Do I have the parking? And when is that? And then like I'll like get up and like think about that, and then I'll like lay down, and then like I'll think of something to look up. And I'll get on my phone and look that up, and like I'll go down a rabbit hole, and then like I'll like, it's just.
Have you, Joey? I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Have you ever tried melatonin?
I have not tried any like sleeping drugs, and I really should. But
I think it doesn't even need to be a sleeping drug. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what
Motherfucker, just try NyQuil. It will help you. Even if you're not sick, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, it's codeine. Fuck it, right? Put in some Sprite and some Jolly Ranchers. Go for it. Why not?
Take a hike.
Take a hike to Big Bill Helps.
Don't fuck with us. I don't know why.
We'll fuck your wife. That's right. We'll fuck her.
Guaranteed. I don't know why I thought about that.
That's
but yeah,
fine.
I'm
I
just
don't
like,
know.
okay.
I don't know how the connection between that and lean are in your head.
ADHD, baby, it's magic.
That's true.
But
That's true.
yeah, the worst thing was that I had a final at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I because I've been in this fucking habit of not being able to sleep, and I fucking looked at the clock, and by the time I was already in the deep shit, it was 3 a.m.
Oh, Joey.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm fucked. So I might as well just stay up all night and study as much as I can. And I did that.
Oh my god.
And I even also did that. I also binged all of season 1 of Stranger Things.
Oh my god. Joey, no.
And then I had to get on after the final. I got on a fucking metro train and came back home to my parents' house in the suburbs, and then I just crashed into a bed like I've never crashed into a bed in my life.
Feels good though.
It felt fucking amazing, but I was like, oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah.
Joey,
Thoughts on Stranger Things 1? It's good. We'll move on from that. I think once I finish Stranger Things, we'll have a whole spoiler cast for it.
Oh yeah. Because
I have some things to say about season 1, but I'll hold off.
Good things or bad things?
Mixed things.
Okay. Is it not the masterpiece that you think that I think it is?
I think it's good, but it's
I
don't
promise it gets better. I promise it gets better.
People wouldn't be talking about it nearly as much if this is, I don't think this is a spoiler, but
it's a slow start. It's a slow start.
I was gonna say people would not be talking about it this much if the tone of season 1 carries throughout the next 4 seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I was watching, I was like, okay, it's very I don't think this is a spoiler. I think it's very clichéic with a lot of its writing in season 1.
And I'd say in my head it seems intentional because that's sort of the point of the show.
I mean, some of it works to its benefit, and it's not a bad thing. There's one that I really aggressively didn't like, and quick spoiler alert. Future Joey, put in a time code on screen right now for when the audience can skip to avoid spoilers for Stranger Things season 1. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't like 11.
You'll grow to like her.
I imagine I'll grow to like her because obviously I'm pretty sure she's coming back in season 2.
First season, yeah, I understand that because it's sort of who the fuck is this person and why
I hated how, from my perspective, I saw it as just a she to me was just a literal plot device.
Yeah,
I also hated how they tried to force a relationship between 11 and Michael Morbius.
Man, those people that skip the spoiler, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. That's a funny joke.
Stranger Things 1. It's Morbin time.
I fucking hate you.
I hated that kiss that they shared in season 1.
Mm-hmm. That was.
I was like, oh, that's just awful.
Finn Wolfhard. No wait.
I will say though, that was Finn Wolfhard, and because it felt forced, and I felt literally no relationship between them at all.
I see.
And I will say
it is kids though. It is children.
It is children. But I will say the one positive I will say is that I love how they basically Dominic, you ever seen the movie They Live?
I have seen the movie They Live.
Yeah, they basically pull that kind when I was watching the show, and I loved the whole arc that Will's mother goes through
Yeah,
in season 1.
It's really
it
good.
reminded me a lot of They Live because like we see everything that character is seeing and know that she is right or they are right. I say they because like also Roddy Piper in They Live.
Yeah.
Like we know they're right, but at the same time, you also take a step back and look at it from like everyone else's perspective,
Which is that
and you
she's a
understand.
lunatic.
They look fucking crazy. That being said, another positive I will say, I love Jim so much.
Yeah, the cop.
Jim is the best. Jim is the fucking I love his character. I love his look. I love his he's just a lovable character, and like
Getting your understanding of what it is now and knowing what I know now, it's really it's weird. Because
okay.
no, it's I'm not saying that because like I'm sure I don't want to say anything because I think it'll spoil it, but
Right.
No, it's just interesting to see what your thoughts are when you first watched it, or when you first watching season 1. Because I remember thinking similar things when I was watching it too. It's really odd. It's really spooky. Fucking dude.
Oh my god! Also,
It gets better. It will get better.
Also, pour one out for Barbara. Like,
Yeah, pour one out for Barbara. For
Dude.
real.
She was like, I was like, oh, she looks really cute and stuff, and like, she looks really cool, and I would love
Yeah.
to see her stick around. I wonder what her character is gonna be. Oh, hi, episode 2,
Yeah.
and to a lesser extent, beginning of episode 3.
Yeah.
Jesus, like, oh, Jesus.
It happens.
But
End of spoilers?
end of spoilers now. Okay. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Stranger Things.
Wow, oh my
spoilers
God.
Parts.
And you really wanted to suck his dick? That's incredible. I didn't. Wow.
Yeah, man, he was just like so attractive, and I just couldn't help it.
You know, he had like a face
And,
with like 2 eyes and a nose and a mouth
and
and 2 ears and some hair.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month, everybody. Woo!
But yeah, Stranger Things. It's a decent show. Moving
Gets
on,
better.
aggressively moving on to another topic. I'm looking through my notes and I think of which one I want to go on.
Sorry.
We can talk about the.
Sorry, it just sounded like you're just like, what next? What next shall we go on? You're just like looking around the room for things that are just there. That's what I'm imagining in my head. Just like,
A pillow. Let's talk about sleep again. No.
ooh, a quarter. Do you know that George Washington was a racist? Well, that's a t-shirt. That is a t-shirt for sure.
The front part is a quarter, and it's a giant quarter on the front of it, and the back of it is like, did you know that George Washington was a but the thing I wanted to talk about
George Washington
I don't want to talk about George Washington. But the thing I wanted to talk about was Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl recently received an update, and they finally put voice acting in the game.
Let's go. Congratulations.
I somehow went from a guy who owned it on Switch and hated it to now unintentionally owning 3 copies of the game.
Really? It's that good?
No. Okay, so like I was like playing it on Switch, and I
want to see if
noticing-
it had voice acting in 3 different consoles.
You never know if you don't try. No. No, but I was like playing it on my Switch, and I was like, this feels good and this feels fun. But like I'm like dude, this shit slows down too much. I want to get this on my PC. And I did. And then I looked it up later, and I was like, oh, it's also on PlayStation Plus right now for free. So I picked that up.
That's not nearly as bad, but it
still,
sounds worse.
It sounds worse, and that's the point. But no, the voice acting in the game,
Is
it
good?
is all new lines, completely re-recorded by the different voice actors. Obviously, most of them are originals. Some of them are different. Most notably, Aang is different because obviously the guy who played him is all grown up. When the replacement is like decent, they don't really get like that like same tone that the original did, but I'm willing to like let that one slide because like there's not much you can do about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The voice acting is really good. I didn't realize that Shredder was voiced by in the '90s the same guy that does Tigger. Because
Yeah,
like
you're
when you
right.
listen
I
when you
remember
listen
that.
to when you listen to Shredder from the '90s and in the game, he sounds a lot like Tigger. Yeah, like it
That's
playing
true.
playing it with that, it genuinely ticks up the points on that game like 2 points, in my opinion.
Wow.
It feels so much better. Like, and also they added items, which
They
in my
didn't
opinion,
have it beforehand?
nope.
Wow.
Which was another one of my, that's another one of my fucking problems with a lot of like platform fighters is that they cater too hard to the hardcore audience that the general audience
Yeah.
doesn't do shit with. Like, yes, this game has childhood icons, but like none of them are gonna know what wave dashing is or like L canceling or like any of this other shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's good that you're doing this, but like, and yeah, you have like an outlet to make a game like this, but like you also need to cater to your like younger and like casual audience because that's the audience that sells the game. Like,
true.
like the entire reason why Guilty Gear Strive sold 500,000 copies, which might not seem like a lot, but that's the highest selling Guilty Gear game of all time, is because of the amazing art style and like and the fact that people know, oh, those are the same guys that made Dragon Ball Fighters. Oh, I want to check out their shit. And like,
Yeah. Right.
yeah, it's like you gotta keep in mind that casual audience. And with Smash Brothers, you gotta have that party game craziness with items and shit. Like, you need that in there. Which granted, like, there are other games I think can survive without it that much. But then again, they also have like Rivals. Rivals doesn't have items, but
Yeah.
they have like tetherball mode.
And man,
And-
chess has lasted so long and there's no items in that game. Like, could you
It's-
imagine? It's fucking bullshit, but I really want to see items implemented into that game. Even though
Into
it's played at
Rivals
such
or
a...
like
Into chess.
chess.
Yeah, if you fucking
Oh.
heard the words that came out of my mouth, Joey, you might understand that I was making a joke there.
I needed a second to input.
God, what the fuck? I said chess, and you're like, oh, what a weird fighting game. Is that Korean or something? Chess. Yeah, chess, Joey. Chess.
Shoutouts to Anarchy Chess. That subreddit.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Anarchy Chess.
Shoutouts to Anarchy Chess. But yeah,
For all your niche memes.
it's like it's so good. Just it's genuinely better. And it was cool to see the voice actor for Hugh Neutron on Twitter say, "I've been trying to hold this in for so long, but I'm so happy I'm gonna be able to voice this character in this game."
That's awesome.
Like, that's fucking awesome. And yeah. Also, I didn't know that the guy who voiced Stimpy also does Ren.
yeah.
And then when I looked up why, I was like, oh, it's because the creator of the show voiced Ren. And the
Yeah.
creator of Ren and Stimpy is one of the worst human beings I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about that? Because, like, that's kind of a weird story John Chris Falusi's a weird man.
We can talk. I was hoping we could talk about that.
Yeah, because I know about Chris Falusi, and as a fan of Ren and Stimpy,
I know. Okay, yeah. The preface is, Dominic, you are a massive fan of Ren and Stimpy.
I love Ren and Stimpy. I think season 1 is good, and everything else is not very good. But I think season 1 is very good, and I think the writing that Chris Falusi had on the first season was amazing. I think the way that he directed it was really good. The issue is that Chris Falusi is a fucking lunatic.
He's fucking insane.
Not like insane cool, but like insane, like literally. Like
literally, like fucking crazy. Like constantly objectified all the women that he would work with. So the way, obviously, like the way that animation works is that you have like your animators.
You draw one frame, then you draw another. Okay. Then you draw another.
But then they would show like literally like, I want to say like a week's worth of work to him when the episode's supposed to come out at like a certain day. And then he would like look at it and just throw it all away. Just be like, this ain't good enough. No. The insane thing to me, now granted, I'm not an animator.
You don't do this kind of artistic stuff.
I don't. I've done like easy like fucking keyframe animations using like keyframes in like After Effects, but I've never like hand drawn animated anything. But
can I tell you something?
His what's up?
It takes a lot of patience.
It does take
a lot of fucking hard work.
Yeah, it is a lot of hard work, which is why I respect the fuck out of animation, and it means more respect in the industry because it is insane.
It's true. Fuck you, Oscars.
Fuck you, Oscars. But Dominic, I actually want your take on this as someone who enjoys animation and has done animations before.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about his rule on a character can't make the same face twice?
I think as a concept for the show and the way that he did it, it is a style that is so unique and so like interesting to look at that I personally think that it's like literally the reason why so many people remember the show. And like, in my opinion, I think it's gorgeous. I think it's drop dead, just sort of like, it's amazing how you can get such expressive characters to do so many different things with just drawings, and having the rule of having no set face and having it just be no face can repeat twice and the expressions change all the time. I think it's excellent. Do I think everybody should do it? No. I think stylistically it's a really good thing, and it makes it all the more zany and crazy and loony. So personally, I love it. I think for that style it works. I think applying it to everybody else is crazy.
And also, for everyone in the audience, to show the influence of Ren and Stimpy throughout like the animation world, think to like SpongeBob or even Smiling Friends. Those frames that they would stay on a character, and it's extremely detailed, and like of like an up close face showing like misery of some kind, and it's like extremely detailed and like
like the paintings in SpongeBob, for example.
Yeah, that is Ren and Stimpy's influence.
Yes,
that is its influence. Like
100%.
Ren and Stimpy. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dominic, because I think I'm right. That is where that whole entire thing got its start.
Basically, yeah.
Like its influence can literally be seen today with Smiling Friends and all over the industry with like other animation things.
How do I look, Yellow Man? You know the rest of the line.
What?
How do I look, Yellow Man? You look like you're about to shoot up the school. You don't remember the line? Come on, man. Smiling Friends joke.
Oh, okay. The one I was thinking about is at the end of episode 1. Where Pim is like sitting on the chair and like rotting away.
Oh yeah,
that's the one too. That's the one I'm thinking of. I forgot about Shrimp. Look at you about to shoot up the school, man. Okay, put this on. But yeah, I will say though, back to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl for a second. I still hold to my comments about the animation in that game. Where some of it is good,
Some
but
of it's
some of
stiff.
it is awful. I
Yeah.
think Ren and Stimpy, even though they're like one of my favorite characters to play in that game, have the worst animation in the whole game.
That's so unfortunate.
Like it is like
That's so unfortunate for the most expressive characters I can think of. That sucks. But
because
yeah,
like there's no like follow through animation between his idol and his moves, and it's so like
it just
disappointing to look at. Like
well, it's robotic, it's stiff. It looks like it was processed. It's like the American cheese of animation.
it's craft.
Craft. I like how that's what, yeah, our recurring joke of craft. I don't even know where it came from, but it's recurring. It keeps coming up, like Doug Walker.
Oh, Chris just other Chris literally just texted me saying you haven't seen Stranger Things.
Someone watched episode 22. See, we got a regulation fan who now has our fucking our numbers, which is great.
Numbers so they can do shit.
Yeah, so he also texted me asking why you haven't seen it, and I'm letting him know that it's coming. Okay, he'll know.
But
Shoutouts to Chris.
I think the last topic I should bring up
Uh huh.
on my end
Yes.
is a game came out today that I've been playing a bit of called Mario Strikers Battle League.
Ooh, it came out recently.
Came out today.
Oh, yes.
And my thoughts?
You like it?
That game's so much fucking fun. Oh my god. Like,
Awesome. Great. I'm glad to hear
albeit
it.
there are some negatives to it. Like I think the character roster at launch of only like 10 characters and not having Daisy and Diddy Kong and Bowser Jr. in the game is kind of weird. But
Will it expand?
I hope it will, because Nintendo recently has been doing this weird thing where like with all their fucking games
Yeah,
they like
you don't release the full
make-
game at launch. That's ridiculous.
hey, you ever heard of this great company called EA? We're gonna do
remember the
that,
one-
but we're not
remember
gonna do the. We're gonna do that same thing where we release a game that's half finished and make you pay for it later, but not make you pay for it later because we're not that bad. Like fucking hell.
Like, remember that company that everybody hates because they just, rip off entire parts of a game that should be in there? Imagine
And
that,
make
but
you
it's
pay for the rest. Like,
yeah. Imagine that, but it's free. Just to make the game
Nintendo.
last longer. Apparently.
Hey, Super Mario Party. Yeah, you remember how people were saying we should have online mode for the regular game? Yeah, let's add that. 3 years after the game's been on the market.
Ooh. My heart and not my wallet, fortunately.
What the what?
It's supposed to increase longevity, but
My one thing with Nintendo that I will
It's
always
so
never
lazy.
fucking understand was when they randomly had an update for the Switch that was like, oh yeah, now Bluetooth headphones can connect to it.
again, I'm telling you, I'm dead ass with this theory. People in Japan don't have Bluetooth headphones. I'm just dead ass. I'm almost certain that's what it is. Because why wouldn't they, right?
Like,
Does
okay,
the PS4 have fucking Bluetooth? Come on.
Here's the thing with it. They literally had to flip a switch and it would work. And they waited for 5 years to do it.
Right, because you need that hardware is kind of built in there, isn't it? It's not like, it's connected to the motherboard or something that it's this other component. A Bluetooth connection is a separate device that you have to intentionally put into something to make it work. So the fact that you're just
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, we turned it on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
what
we
the
set it up.
fuck?
5 years after it came out. Oh yeah, here you go.
Oh my god. But
Ridiculous.
anyway, the only defense I will say for the roster being so small is that the animation of the characters is fucking beautiful.
Awesome.
Oh my god, just they're so expressive. There's a fucking cutscene of Donkey Kong dancing, and it looks so fluid and so amazing.
I've seen the green screens, man. They're good.
It's like there's like also I'm happy with this game because my girl Rosalina is finally in a Mario Strikers game.
Nice, awesome.
Which is fucking awesome, and it's
She
weird to
never
think that
touches
she
the ground.
Well, she does when you run, but
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
like
My
for
bad.
your jog, she floats, but for her run, she like runs on the ground. Her fucking super like kick is so cool because she kicks the ball up to a moon and it rotates around the moon and back down.
Oh fuck!
She kicks it and I'm like, that's so fucking awesome.
He got all excited. He got too hyped up. He had to burp.
It's so cool.
It's pretty awesome.
There's also a really cute animation of Peach when she's losing. There's a cutscene of her like trying to keep it cool together, and it's very adorable.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I remember seeing tweets all about it, just being like, "Yo, when when me and the fellas complete therapy." I love those memes so much.
Toad's super kick is fucking raw as shit because he gets a bunch of other Toads to lift him up into the air, and then he headsbutts it.
Dude.
And there's so much squash and stretch on it. It's fucking awesome.
That's incredible. To have a header so like heady that your head stretches to fucking hit the ball. That's how much force is in it. He's like an actual mushroom.
It's so good, and like, just the game plays well. The controls are complex but good to use. And like, it's the game we've waited like more than like 10 years for.
We've
or
waited
some shit.
a very long time for this game, but thank God it exists.
Oh yeah, like, it's so good. Like,
Yeah.
it feels good to see like a game with this kind of like fantastic style in HD, and like just it's solid.
You're convincing me to buy it. Is it going to be my Mario Kart 8?
It might be another Mario Kart 8.
Oh my god. At least it's not going to be $80. Maybe it'll only be $60 this time. I'll take it. But
Yeah, it's only 60.
Okay, Joey, here's the thing though. I'm looking to make an upgrade to my computer setup. And I'm looking to invest in a really good mouse, because the mice I use nowadays on my computer are imagine a Magic Mouse but with a scroll wheel. It's not very comfortable.
Ugh.
So I'm looking to maybe get another one, but it's also about $60 and it's really nice. So
Have you ever in software had to use two mice?
Never in my life have I ever done that, Joey. I've used two keyboards. I've never used two mice.
Because I remember like I went in a sound studio one time for one of my classes, and the sound professor was like, "You gotta get used to using two mice," and I was like, "What do you use two mice for?"
Here's the thing: you'd use two mice for two computers. I understand that, but like, really? You got to get used to it. Like, what do you mean? Are there two pointers on the screen?
There's and the worst part is that the mice are two like ball things.
Oh, good lord! It's not the 90s anymore. Fuck that. I hate that shit. I hate those mice so much.
This is why if you can get into sound, it pays well.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm kind of into boom liking. Anyway, but yeah, Mario Strikers.
Vine boom sound effect number 1. Sorry.
But yeah, Mario Strikers is a fucking solid game.
And it's only been out for so long, right? I mean,
so it's basically only been out for a day.
I thought I saw demos for like a couple days ago, though. Wasn't it?
Oh, there was a kickoff demo. That was like.
That's where I got all the clips
week
from.
And shit.
That was where I got Twitter things from.
Yeah, they're like opened up online lobbies for like.
Oh, it's the whole
an hour between different days.
It's the whole Wii Sports thing or Switch Sports thing.
You want to know the funniest thing about that?
Have you touched Switch Sports at all?
Oh no, I have. I've been playing it a lot, and it's good.
I thought you just left it to die.
The funniest thing about that like online test thing was that you couldn't not many people noticed this, but in the I agree to all terms of service thing, there was an NDA in it.
What?
That not many people realized.
Well, that explains
after they
a lot.
installed the fucking content, there were like thousands of Twitter posts of them playing the game, and I don't know what happened to them.
As far as we know, they're dead. They've been swept up off their feet by Nintendo representatives all across the world.
It's funny to think that the Multiverses NDA team had like a stronger grip on its like game than the Wii Sports one.
Yeah, no kidding. Goddamn. Like seriously, like I get it. It's in the terms of service, but nobody reads it, right? Nobody reads it.
I do remember this one Vine that I love, and it's somebody going through the App Store and seeing the terms of service thing and hitting agree, and then it cuts to a wide shot where a bunch of clowns come out of like closets and doors and beat the shit out of him.
So the terms, dude. You agreed. Dude, Joey, I'm gonna make you sign an NDA contract for this podcast. I'll let you know about it. I'll let you know about it next episode.
Dominic,
I promise.
Dominic, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I have an
What?
NDA series saying you can no longer talk about the weather on the podcast. I'm sorry. We've just had so many like complaints about it. And
Wait. This is a revised NDA that I have not signed yet because I signed the NDA at the beginning of starting these recordings, starting with episode 0. So null and void, based, ratioed, and you're cringe. And with that, I hear sirens.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I can see the ambulance in the distance, and we just had a stroke. Hey!
I'm going to make sure we're tone every time when we do that.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this episode of We're Having a Stroke. If you liked it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with a friend or an enemy or a neutral party. Like,
What's another political official that we could talk about?
Bill Hader.
Sure, Bill Hader. Fuck it. Why not?
Shout out to Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. Wait, isn't Bill Hader an actor?
Yeah, he's an actor.
Oh, he's not a political official. What are you talking about?
Why do we need to make it political every time?
I don't know. It's just a funny way to end it. Just to think about some fucking dude just on the street. You talk to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I work in Congress."
If you see Governor Cuomo on the streets of
I'm trying to think of another governor. I only know 2. But Lightfoot isn't even a governor. She's just a mayor. I don't even know him.
Oh, and with that
Just end the fucking podcast. God
ladies
damn
and
it.
gentlemen, this has been We're Having a Stroke. My name is Joey. My co-host is Dominic. And we will see you guys next week.
I love you guys.